just landed on the moon in the Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo.
Hello and welcome to your daily crypto news. So don't forget to become a subscriber to our channel so you can follow us along. Also, if you're our subscriber, then you can enter our contest. Details are behind me. So let's jump into coinmarketcap.com. Right now, the market cap is up about $10 billion from yesterday. It's at 345 billion. Bitcoin dominance is 37.7%. So it has fallen just a tad. Bitcoin is up. Ethereum, Ripple, everything pretty much is up almost. Very few losers on the day. Walton Chain and Loopring both had over 10% gains today, which is really good. Most of your gainers are in the 1 to 5% range. The big loser of the day, Bitcoin Private, Digix DAO, and CyberMiles, everything else is down 2% or less. As you can see, it looks about like 85 of the top 100 are up today. So let's check out the news. Japan has now banned privacy coins. So the privacy coins that a lot of the exchanges there delisted are Monero, Dash, Rep or Reputation, which is built on Augur, and Zcash. So I found this article on CoinDesk, and basically what it's talking about is like this is kind of our worst fear in cryptocurrency, because one of the things about crypto is the privacy, is being able to buy things and not have people involved in your transactions or to know necessarily what you're buying or how you're spending your money. We need to be in a period of almost overcorrection from just the data flow that has occurred between, online retailers, social media platforms. We've just given them all of our information. It's time to take it back. And when you have something like this, Japan banning these, which I don't think is necessarily a real thing they can do, they can ban them from their exchanges, being able to, have them as a listing on their websites. But I think that ultimately this is not good for crypto. And I've said many times that crypto is going to be a bloody battle. We haven't seen the end of this. And it doesn't even necessarily have anything to do with the bear market or the bull market. It just has to do with the fact that the powers that be are going to try to fight back against cryptocurrency. So Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse recently came out and he said that by the end of this year, he believes that XRapid will be used by many banks, and that by the end of next year, XRP will be used by a ton of banks, dozens of banks is what he says. So I've said this before, Ripple is not my cup of tea, but the technology behind it is really good. It's moving fast. Their products are great. So EOS offered $10,000 per bug that can be found in their code. A hacker from the Netherlands was actually able to make $120,000. He found 12 bugs in the code. So I don't know if that's troubling or good. Not really sure, but it's certainly good for this guy who made quite a bit of money. Like I said, I don't know what that really says about the code. I don't know if 12 bugs a lot for a code. Honestly, I'm not sure. But he made a pretty penny. So this is a very interesting story coming out of Indonesia. If you know, we're very bullish on Pundi X, which is an Indonesian cryptocurrency. I believe that Southeast Asia is going to be a hotbed for cryptocurrency. And so the name of this article is What Banned Cryptocurrency Cleared for Trading as Commodity by Indonesian Regulator. So it's Indonesia's markets regulator under the Ministry of Trade. The Future Exchange Supervisory Board has reportedly signed a decree to allow cryptocurrency trading on futures exchanges as a commodity. However, the central bank in Indonesia has already banned trading cryptocurrency, and they've actually already said that even though this regulator has said this, and it is the markets regulator under the Ministry of Trade, which is a government office in Indonesia, the central bank has already came out and said, we don't care about that, do not do it. So it's very interesting that there's almost like a little crypto civil war going on in Indonesia. And I think that, it's just bubbling. It's bubbling to the surface, and it's not going to be long before all of these governments are not going to be able to hold back. Kind of like we saw with Japan. They banned these privacy coins, but we'll see what happens there as well. So the SEC has appointed a new crypto chief. So her name is Valerie Zpanik maybe. I'm not exactly 100% sure how to pronounce that name. But she was a person who last year made a lot of comments about ICOs. But really what I want to show you guys in this article, while that's kind of bullish news that we're just becoming more and more mainstream, if you will, there's bullish news everywhere. You know, you got to be recognized as and be regulated really to go to the next level in cryptocurrency, in my mind, as far as adoption goes. And just know that I'm not speaking out of both sides of my mouth. When I mean regulation, I mean to protect people investing in ICOs, not necessarily regulation in terms of knowing how you're spending your cryptocurrency. So, or, you know, what coins you can buy and things like that. So as you can see here, Catherine Han, who is on the board of directors at Coinbase, said that cryptocurrency and blockchain regulation is still years away. So that makes me feel a little bearish, honestly. I think that has a lot to do with why Coinbase hasn't released any listings. And they've actually even said that back in March, that they're worried about the regulation that's coming with cryptocurrency, and they don't want to, you know, put a bunch of stuff, especially since they were in hot water with the way that they rolled out Bitcoin Cash. I'm hoping it's not going to roll out or push back the date they're going to list stuff even further. But, you know, that's a little troubling that they see that regulation is still very far away. So ChinaTV came out and said that the blockchain is 10 times more valuable than the internet. Totally agree with that. It says that the CCTV there said blockchain is the second era of the internet, a machine that produces trust and a technology 10 times more valuable than the internet. Do you guys remember when they said the Segway scooter was going to be bigger than the internet? I don't know. I feel like sometimes I'm the only person that remembers people actually saying that. I remember the day they introduced the Segway scooter, and it was a real bummer. So it's finally, you know, good to see that we have something that could be bigger than the internet. So Decred, we did a coin review on Decred. We like what they do for the community. They're trying to create a Binance and Ether Delta hybrid as a new exchange model. So a proposal published this morning by Jake Yacob-Piat, one of the project leads behind the Decred cryptocurrency, has outlined the architecture for a new trustless cryptocurrency exchange platform. Acknowledging the pain points and frustrations of both existing centralized and decentralized exchanges, Yacob-Piat is proposing a client-server model for hosting currency pairs with servers, then integrating peer-to-peer atomic swap nodes to ensure users retain control of funds at all times. So pretty interesting. I think that probably, you know, Decred is a very community-focused project. And that's why it doesn't surprise me that they're looking to do something that's peer-to-peer involving atomic swaps. So I don't know if it's necessarily good news for Decred, but it's good to see their teams working on this. So private voting for TCRs with Enigma. We talked about Enigma before. I really like what Enigma is doing. I'll probably do a review on it in the next 2 weeks or so. You guys hold me to that if you're in that community. Sometimes I forget because I say I'm going to do so many. There's just so many coins out there and tokens. So TCRs are token curated registries. So voting is a way for a decentralized community to be able to handle their reputation and other aspects of their property. Kind of similar to what I was talking about with Decred being community driven. You have to have some kind of leadership, even if it's decentralized leadership. So voting is a way to kind of manage that. So I'm going to drop this link down in the video information below. So if you are interested in this and want to read about it, it's very thorough. I could almost do a video just on this article alone because it's pretty heavy. So please make sure you read that and check it out. So THEKey is now on HITBTC. I know a lot of people don't like HITBTC. It gets a bad rep, probably for legitimate reasons. But anytime a coin or token is listed on a new exchange as big as HITBTC, that's great news. So if you're in the THEKey community, then, you know, good for you. Hope this helps the price go up a good bit. I'm very bullish on THEKey. So we talked about in our news video on Sunday about how Microsoft had talked about buying GitHub. As you probably already know, they made the decision on Monday in the announcement to go ahead and go through with the purchase. And a lot of people are really upset about it. A lot of developers don't like the moving to a, I don't know if GitHub itself is centralized, but Microsoft definitely being a centralized company, if you will. Something we never would have said before we started talking about decentralized company, like Microsoft is centralized. But a lot of these developers are saying that they're going to move to GitLabs, which is similar to GitHub. So who knows what this will actually do for GitHub. If there will be some kind of mass exodus right now, and then down the road it'll be better, or down the road people will go back to it, just not really sure. But I thought that was a very interesting story. So Cardano, we talked about that they were launching their testnet, the KEVM testnet. So what is the KEVM? We talked about how it's basically an Ethereum virtual machine. But one thing I wanted to show you guys in this, so the K framework defines a formal definition of rules, which, let me highlight this for you, which allows you to define these semantics to your own programming language. Once you define your programming language in K, you'll have a range of tools available for your use. So through the KEVM, developers will be able to launch any application designed for the Ethereum virtual machine, but in addition, they will also have access to an entire host of new functions and security that the virtual machine has to offer. So apparently people have been trying to work on this K framework since the 60s and 70s, which really blows my mind. Professor Grigor Rozul, who is in charge of the development, has actually been working on this for 15 years. So, can you imagine working on something for 15 years and then finally seeing it come to fruition? Like one specific project you were working on for that long. That must be great for this professor to be able to know that his work has actually resulted in something good and something usable. So we'll have to see what this does for Cardano. We do believe Cardano is one of our most bullish projects out there that we love on the channel. And so it'd be really interesting to see where this one goes, and just exciting to watch it progress. It doesn't surprise me on one hand that they were able to solve this problem they've been working on for so long, because, Cardano really has this scientific philosophy where they try to have pinpoint accuracy on every single piece of the Cardano platform. So good job, Cardano. Hats off to you guys for getting this thing launched on the testnet. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, enter our contest. That was your daily crypto news.